My fellow Americans, it's a confusing election season. One where someone named Steelman is running for something, and they don't appear to have been a porn star or a professional wrestler. With a name like that, there ought to be a law that requires you to choose from one of those two professions. Then in another state, there's a woman who is married to the man who is responsible for professional wrestling running for something other, but her ads failed to mention putting the smackdown on spending, a flying body slam off the turnbuckle of her opponent, or the sleeper hold on government bottlenecks. It's kind of disappointing. Then we have the national contest, where we have I Rock Your Mama, hoping like hell he can fuck things up a little bit less if we give him 4 more years. 2 words for you, asshole. Mission accomplished. Need more advice? You know Bubba Clinton. Get the fuck out while the getting's good. If you get 4 more years, the last thing you're going to need to worry about is a money shot on some little Jewish girl's dress. If you want to fiddle while Rome burns, it's your legacy, not mine, Nero. Oh, and one more thing. I'm a grown man, so tell your self-righteous bitch wife to stop telling me to eat my vegetables. If I put the blonde on the evil mouse channel at every commercial break and had her tell all the mindless little mouth breathers watching that their parents are dim-witted breeders only screwing in the missionary position, you'd be outraged. Well, I feel the same way about your veggie agenda. And then there's Fit Bomney. He managed to fuck up a state that was already a damn mess and make it even worse. It may take a village to raise a child, but it takes a world-class dimwit to screw up Taxachusetts even more. He covets his tax returns like a wank-crazy 13-year-old horn dog who just stole his first Hustler and bottle of lube from his mother's nightstand. Dude, it's not like somebody wants to know if you have a tiny wiener. They want to know if you were bright enough to hide your money in some convoluted tax loophole like swampland in Arkansas, and then crucify you for it in the court of ill-informed public opinion. Annie up, Fit. It's an American pastime, and we all want to play with you. What do you have to hide? Other than a tiny wiener. One final word on this ass clown. The man belongs to a religion that allows polygamy, and he's only got one wife. He's either brilliant, which is doubtful, or a giant pussy, which is probable. If I go to a swingers party, I have to be discreet. This guy can say, fuck you, my deity tells me to screw multiple women, or I'm going to a bad place someday when I die. Yet he doesn't do it. So to both of you presidential candidates, I'm sorry, but unless I think you can fuck some Hollywood starlet senseless like JFK and Marilyn Monroe did, you don't get my vote for president unless your name is Ozzy Osbourne and Rob Halford is your VP. In which case, no one really wants to see Ozzy fuck, especially not Sharon. But I'll admit, I'd watch it if it was Mila Kunis. And we all pretty much know Rob's preferences these days, don't we? But still, as a presidential duo, they'd rock. That's why I encourage you all to vote for me, Michael Malflic, for every office being contested this fall in our great land. It's true, I'm not the one true conservative. Fuck, I'm not even a little bit conservative. And you won't find me in a cornfield pining about family farms, trying to look like the common man. Shit, if I'm in a cornfield, it's because there's a rock band, slutty women, and a keg. Otherwise, there isn't a damn reason in the world I'd have any business in a farm field. Well, other than a roll in the hay-themed orgy, of course. In that, I'm the only candidate that you can find in a coffee shop with a library that would make Dr. Ruth proud and give Hef a few new ideas to try out with his playmate friends. Or doing something dark someplace dark that would make the Marquis de Sade blush. I'm the kind of guy who'll sit next to Karl Rove on a flight from Chicago to Austin, in the same boots I wore to a fetish party that very weekend, wearing tattered jeans, the Lords of Acid t-shirt, and reading a Kurt Vonnegut novel. I look like the man's worst nightmare. I'm also the kind of guy who on another flight felt the need to remind Russ Carnahan that he fucking works for us, and to stop acting like an entitled, arrogant little bitch cocksucker to people who are trying to be nice to him. Vote Malflic in 2012.
This is not a real political ad, unless of course you consider freedom of speech a political ad in and of itself. In which case, then it is. You can vote for whoever you damn well please, preferably someone you agree with and know something about. But then again, this is America and it's not a requirement. As an added bonus, there's more than enough people who will be happy to tell you what to think. Like bosses, union leaders, actors, Irish rock stars, university professors, ministers, preachers, and priests. Several of my exes, and many of my disowned family members. Suck it, you fake-ass liberal tree-hugging hippie morons. We don't need 412 PhDs to spot your party line spewing lemming bullshit. Unlike every other moron who runs real ads, this ad took no money, and just a little bit of time. I don't have a PAC, I also don't have Ajax, Swift Boats, national committees of any form or fashion, or a penny of your fucking tax dollars. Also, I don't have any STDs based upon my last batch of standard testing. Safe sex works, people. I guess so does abstinence. but that's about as realistic as trusting an actual candidate to fix a damn thing in this country. I voted for Devan the last election for mayor, because of all the guys running, they were all fat old white guys. I thought it might be fun to shake things up a little. Nothing like an 18-year-old pro-gay, anti-tax, flatland-hating, atheist football fanatic to shake up the good old boys club once and for all. She lost by less than 1,200 votes. I did in fact sit next to Mr. Rove in the aforementioned outfit and found him to be both polite, gracious, and friendly to everyone. My experience with Russ Carnahan is, he's a dick, and I'd rather fly a charter with the Baltimore Ravens for the rest of my life than ever be near him again. His statement has nothing to do with his politics and everything to do with his lack of manners in a public place. Vote Malflic for 2012.